Music fans aren't the only ones excited about the return of performers at the Levitt at the Falls stage starting next month. Businesses located across the street from Levitt Bandshell are also looking forward to concert goers coming back to downtown Sioux Falls. Perry Groten shows you how two popular eateries are preparing for the Levitt's Encore in tonight's Eye on KELOLAND.
Papa Woody's composed a coincidental dining duet with Levitt at the Falls back in 2019. The pizza place, located in the Jones 421 building, decided to hold its grand opening on the day of the very first Levitt concert, following some construction delays.
We thought, well, you know, a handful of things could go wrong, but we got to get through them anyway, so we might as well open the doors and see what happens. So we opened the very first Levitt concert that same day. Was our very first day of business here.
Owner Lisa Esser never regretted the decision. Concert goers have been steady customers ever since that opening, many of them venturing into her business by accident.
They're over at the concerts, they're wandering around, maybe need to find a bathroom or some air conditioning, and come into the building and kind of look around and go, I didn't know all this was here. And so they become lifelong customers after that. But
that customer spillover from the Levitt Bandshell ended last year when the concerts were canceled by the pandemic, and businesses across the street suffered.
There were plenty of days where we sat here all by ourselves and not a soul. The phone never rang, no orders came in.
The drop in customers also impacted Swamp Daddies.
We definitely took a huge hit, but thankfully we were able to stay afloat. We stayed open and serviced. You know, we really hit hard on the delivery and curbside pickup.
Now, Swamp Daddies is expanding its summer menu for the return of Levitt concert goers to the restaurant.
We are looking at bringing some more tacos, some burgers, and some crowd favorites, the boudin balls we are bringing back, and also some wings, some different flavors of wings. So there's a few things that we're bringing to the table.
Papa Woody's has installed this bar in the hallway right outside of its business in anticipation of the larger crowds here for the Levitt concerts.
We actually decided to separate it a little bit, so if you just want beer or wine, we've got a separate line for you to stand in, so we're hoping it'll move people through a little bit faster.
Papa Woody's is planning to move to a larger location just 3 blocks up the street. Esser says it was important to stay in this uptown area of Sioux Falls with so much going on this summer.
I think we're in a prime location to be that hot spot, if you will.
Nearby restaurants see the return of Levitt at the Falls as a high note in their emergence from the uncertainty over the pandemic.
I think that was a really great opportunity of having the Levitt here, because it brings people downtown. It gets them exploring some of the businesses that are here. It gets them spending money, which small business owners like us really appreciate.
And restaurants are ready to feed the need as concert goers feast on a steady diet of music this summer.
What better things to listen to, some good music, and to fill your belly, to fill your soul.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Perry Groten.
And restaurants near the Levitt Shell plan to stay open later on concert nights. They say they missed out on a lot of business by being closed when the concerts ended and the crowds were looking for a place to hang out after the shows. You can check out the summer's Levitt rundown by going to this story on KELOLAND.com.